shot with them. Because I've already tried this once. Only thing you have to know about this stuff is you're just going to be really close to the microphone. Okay. You can, you'll be able to hear like the noise gate drop off on it through the headphones. You're like, even just a little back, it messes it all up. Let's see if this thing's live here. See if we have the old crew. Here we are, Revival Motoring. Is anybody in the chat room? We're early. Don't say we never have been. Oh, Carman Cam, what's going on? Details by Doug. What's going on? Skydiver Rowan, there he is. Corey's out of here this week, but we're going to hold it strong for him. Jordan Carrera, hello, Kayak Kings. Big kayak guy now. You love to see that. Was a drifter, now he's a kayak. So your new vest, Jordan, it looks beautiful. Yeah, so if you get back off the mic, see, it drops real bad unless you're like, so when you're talking, just be cognizant of being right on it.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh. Someone sees the color samples already. We're getting some real excitement. People are getting pumped up. Josh, you going to put the chat up in the thing? How's everybody doing out there? It's been a little while. You get a week off. It's tough. Ooh, paint matching the kayak to the Roadster. I love that. Might be able to take care of you with this podcast. Get your kayak painted perfect. Wade, what's up? You fishing off that kayak, Jordan? You just recreationally using it? You going out there fishing for sharks like Miata Rob or what? How much Miata Rob's identity are you planning on taking? Got to be tough for that man. You hear Nice Styles one final bout?
Third place?
That's my team, dude.
One final belt. With
Rob said that. I knew it. Us Polacks think alike. Pitts McGee. What's going on? It's a medicinal kayak, not recreational.
Gets out there for his glaucoma.
Rite of Passage Roadster 4Runner kayak. Revival Motoring. Matt Wood.
Matt Wood.
What's going on? What are you doing?
All capitals.
All caps.
Matt Wood selling us the GT4 RS. Out there trying to sling those things.
Yeah, Matt, can I grab that baby for retail or what? Papa got a new home equity line. I'm trying to burn that thing immediately.
Actually, let's see. Just for kicks.
Yeah, we're going to try to get a... You said you got a purple one?
There's a perp there.
Hey,
that
yo,
might
is that
already
thing
be
purple?
sold.
GT4 RS? That'd be nice. Maybe? Listen. Kyle Britt, I just realized kayak spelled backwards is kayak. Same as race car.
Okay. The RS goes for 2 and change.
Nope. I'm out.
That's, dude.
200 grand.
Wow.
You know how many shit boxes I could buy for 200 grand?
It's a lot.
That's got to be like 40 Miatas. Purple Spider. Love that.
Kyle Britt, our buddy Pugazi, posted that I believe starting yesterday.
Tyrese Speck.
I believe starting yesterday for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
The dates work both forward and backward.
What are you talking about?
So like 5/20/25,
Mm-hmm.
5/20/25.
Whoa.
5/21/2025, 5/21. It's like something like that. I forgot what I think it's the next 10 days something.
200 grand is one R32 GTR. Yeah, but I don't have any choice in that. That's my burden to carry. Yeah, kayak race car. Spelled backwards is race car kayak.
All right, John got into kayaks. Stairs got into kayaks for a while.
Big kayak guy, dude.
Yeah. Before he went to Italy, that's what he's doing.
Oh, wait, it says only if you do your dates wrong? You know how they all fuck the dates up?
There was a thing.
No, you're right, but America does dates different than the rest of the planet.
Okay.
Although I think Wade might be in the minority in the group here.
That is true. Right. He's down under, if I recall.
Oh, damn. Imagine Jordan John kayak adventure. You'd love to see that. He kayaked to Italy.
There's a challenge you guys can take.
Italian John. Italian John was the best John.
Yak across the Atlantic.
Yeah, yak across America.
Yep.
What else is everybody doing? Anybody else enjoying any recreational activities like kayaking?
Yeah. We got a lot of fishermen in the chat.
I don't think so, buddy.
Maybe out there.
He's out. He's thinking about paint matching the yak.
Any anglers? We'll get going in a moment here.
Yeah. You guys all quit
Pull up my
talking to us. That's amazing. One fall swoop.
that was,
Too many kayak jokes.
Just mentioned fishing. They're out.
It's a Tyrese spec.
Everybody's running to
GT4 RS.
Bass Pro Shops.
Jordan's going to kayak to Australia with merchandise. Love that.
It would still get there before that sticker Shook was supposed to send.
Dude, the whole country would support him. They got a big drift scene down in Australia, right?
Huge.
Or can't you not hoon around?
No, you can. There's hooning.
It's hooning? I thought there were anti-hooning laws.
I think there's anti-hooning laws, but I think they still do it.
I don't think anyone's obeying.
Yep. I mean,
Love
there's
those
that
guys.
big old track that they have the world's final, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, yeah, the world's final.
The thing that, wow, I'm like lost for names. That Burroughs went to.
Oh, World Time Attack?
World Time Attack, yeah.
You're on the water right now?
Why?
You don't know what that joke's going to be that Carmen Gan's about to do?
I don't know. For
Oh, I
sure.
do. I'm very excited for it. It's ignorant, and I love it.
Is it if it's upside down or just okay? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That text is coming back upside down for sure, dude. Jordan, you catch anything? Any fish?
Jordan, he's catching something.
He's definitely got something.
Yeah. As we wait in suspense for Carmen and Cam.
Dude, if you're flipping text upside down, it might be the middle of the podcast by the time he gets back to us. Wade's definitely going to be totally out.
Sleeping at work.
Too busy ricing out the yak. Love that. Is that why you got that truck? Didn't you get a truck?
Hopefully he paints the yak orange.
That's what he said. He's going to color match it.
Oh, perfect.
We get just the guy. We can do Mazda colors.
Any color you want.
Perfect.
Come on. Forerunner. Okay.
Wade understands.
Wade has to translate. He has to translate all this
Yeah,
shit.
he actually just watches the show with a mirror.
Yeah. He just has his laptop flipped upside down.
Yeah.
Doing an axle seal on the Forerunner. Probably running better than Shook's. What was Shook sent us that picture? What was that supposed to be?
I don't know. His suspension is just gone. Is it no longer there? Like the front wheels were, massive cambered, and the rear looked way lower than it ever's been.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what he was trying to say. Like I said, we're in a lot of trouble with the Toyota. That's crazy.
Yeah. Dare I say it might be self-inflicted, but
I did flip the text. I don't know if it actually sends. Okay. Listen, we all appreciate it.
yeah, we appreciate the effort. I don't think it did.
Is Wade, how many hours ahead of us is he? Is it like 7 a.m. there?
I think it is like morning.
It's definitely morning.
9:02 a.m.
9:02
in Brisbane.
Jeez, so he's beyond.
Yeah,
12
that's after that's almost lunchtime.
That's fucking tomorrow.
It's crazy.
Oh, it's 8:32.
All right, so he's in a different time zone than Brisbane.
Wait, how's it 30 minutes?
That's crazy.
Oh God, do you have those half zones like India has too?
Oh my God. So this just tells me GMT plus 10 for this. Thursday, May 22nd, 2025, GMT plus 10.
Oh God, that ruins all watch complications. GMT don't work anymore.
Half-hour jumps north to south. Holy crap.
It's crazy. Here we got all the times.
Dude, that is...
My brother.
All right, hold on. Show me all the times in Australia.
Just typing out the Bing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Oh man, I was working with someone in a part of India that had a half hour, and I was like, "Fuck,
Oh
how?"
my God. Yeah. Right now in Australia, it
Yeah.
is 7:03, 7:48, 8:33, 9:03, 9:03, 9:03. Okay.
Do you see
so
7:48?
7:03, 7:48.
How's it
Now it just-
7:48?
I don't even know. That math doesn't even check out. There's a 15-minute zone somewhere off the east. Oh, wait. All right. Off the east coast of Canada?
Where off the East Coast of Canada? No, I'm just kidding. 45 minutes. Wow, did you learn and you learn and you learn? It's just, I'm just happy Wade's on our side.
Yeah.
And he's 13 and a half hours ahead of us.
Yep.
That's wild, dude. How is it out there? Is the future cool? Do we make it?
Right. What do you know? That hey, who won the sports game?
Yeah.
7:04 in Perth.
It's 7:04 here too. Slither Sunokin scheduling me in the Teams meeting. I love that.
Just constant, like, you need a full-time employee to figure out
some dude
when.
from somewhere in India was sharing a screen with us, and we're all in the meeting, and it was like, let's say it was 2:00, and his clock said like something 30, and we're all in there like ignoring what was happening, being like, wait a minute,
What time is that?
there's half-hour fucking time zones. We're all like cavemen in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. This guy's living 12 and a half hours ahead of us. It was unbelievable.
Insane.
Unbelievable. Hey, we don't say you never learn anything, and this is why the pre-show
It's true. It's
just has an
worth-
incredible amount
yeah.
of worth to everyone.
Yeah.
Because we all learned something today.
I mean, it's one of those things where you could be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the question could be, how many time zones does Australia have?
Yeah, you know, and it's crazy. I was afraid to ask my man Vikram on the business call what's going on. But Wade's our boy.
Right, right.
So he's letting us know. The 15-minute time zone or 45-minute time zone,
That's crazy.
that's a little excessive.
That's crazy.
You got to talk to somebody.
Don't tell anybody in the U.S. about that.
Yeah, we don't need to start that going.
Yeah, dude.
Arizona's going to take it on.
Right, right. Yeah.
Let's get 32 minutes behind us.
It's not going to screw anything up.
Yeah. Do you guys have daylight savings time too? Oh my Lord. So it's a half hour ahead, but then it drops an hour back.
Right. Dude, it just sounds like a popsicle headache.
This is not
No
great.
wonder why there's so many dangerous animals there.
Yeah, they do.
They all get pissed.
I should have asked Matt Wood, who lives in Connecticut. Where's Matt live?
Connecticut.
Who knows Australian time zones, obviously. Yeah. Beats Wade to the punch. That's crazy. Set the clock back 9 minutes. I see the future of the chats. How many
Wait.
hot dogs across Australian time zones can you eat without the time?
I don't think
changing?
they have hot dogs. They have Vegemite dogs.
Really? They
don't
could
know.
have hot dogs.
No, they have to. I hope so.
It's hot dingoes. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you do watch Australian racing. That'll do
That's
it.
true.
Dude, what a way to absorb a culture.
I mean, Matt
Just
just
like
really
get deep into it by
exactly,
watching their
dives-
racing.
Yeah, I know that Bathurst exists. That's
Cultural
what I know.
value is deep.
Yep,
Bathurst.
Bathurst, lovely race, and then there's that dude who set the record. I think it's still up there.
Yeah, that's because he's half an hour ahead, everybody.
It's true. He's just started early.
Fuck.
Of course, he set the record.
Of course.
He's in a different time zone.
Fuck. Imagine the people making the decision to go half hour. Ugh.
I'd love to know what their standing is. Like, what purpose does this
Imagine
serve?
traveling there, even if you get a GMT. You can't
Right.
fucking figure
Right.
it out.
Yeah,
It's half an hour. You gotta wear your watch upside down.
you got to wear two of them.
You gotta wear
I wear two of them. I can't.
Find a reason for
Can't
two.
comprehend. All right, a lot of them, because to cross into another time zone, it takes 7 to 14 hours.
Right, because the country's so goddamn
On
giant.
foot? we don't fly?
No,
What's-
dude.
what's the
Australia's
matter?
fucking giant, man.
It is true. It's
There's
rather,
nothing in the middle, I hear. Like the dead center?
Aborigines. That's all I know. That's where our boy.
That's how Pennsylvania works, too. Yeah, I heard there's nothing in the middle, which is cool, except for aliens and lizard people.
I could hide a lot there.
Yeah.
Dundee. That's our name. His boy. Crocodile Dundee.
That's your boy. Great films, actually.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Chicken eating spiders the size of dinner plates. All right, we got to get started.
Yeah, we'll get rolling. That's enough of this.
What a great intro into our podcast.
1 minute it goes to paint, next minute it's fucking
Australian time zones.
chicken-sized spiders.
There's
and
a
time
U.S.
zones.
Army base in the middle. Yeah, I figured.
Makes perfect
Yep.
sense.
Same in PA.
But it's not on the map. You can't see it on Google Maps.
Can't
It's
see
not
it.
there.
It's erased. It's duplicated and cloned.
How does your headphones sound? Good? Too loud?
No, they sound good.
Perfect.
All right, turn them way up.
Crank them up.
Oh, my God.
It just seems so unnecessary. Imagine living right on that line. You work 8 minutes away, so you have to leave 38 minutes early.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
But you get on overtime quicker, I guess. All right, that's it. Yeah, we'll get this thing rolling.
Home
That's
late every day.
up there. We're good for that. We're going to play some intro music. You will hear
Let's
that
do
in your ears and all that. And then we'll get rolling. Everybody in chat, thanks for joining us as always. Let's get this
Power
bread.
up.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Hu,
Hello.
Corey.si, and Shook TD are away this week on some business, on some vacation. I think they'll be back next week together. They've taken a cruise together. They should be back next week, I believe. I don't know what our schedule is, but, we'll be here. We'll figure something out. Today, we are sitting down with Ryan from Wheel Tones. He has a history of dealing with wheels and wheel accessories and alignments and all that sort of stuff. And now he's bringing us some paint samples and offerings to help the enthusiast out to keep their paint looking fresh, or whole vehicle looking fresh. Let's put it that way. Some touch-up stuff, some aerosol-based stuff, a lot of stuff that we're going to learn about, and he's going to cue us into that. Ryan, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We will talk to him, and then we'll cover some normal stuff as we typically do. So before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by you, everybody out there who supports the B4B. What is B4B, you ask? That is Bucks for the Boys. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on and fill you in. However, you can go to our website, revivemotoring.com, where you can learn about that, sign up for B4B, buy some merch, and support this show, as well as Topics Under the Stairs and Loose Fast in all things Revival Motoring. So please go do that. We appreciate it very, very much. With that said, I think we can get right into talking to Ryan. Let's start from the beginning. I remember a place in Fall River, Massachusetts, off of South Main Street, I believe, at the Globe. They call it the Globe. 4 corners.
It's actually 5.
There's a bunch of corners.
Correct.
Miscount. Must have taken in their Australian time zone.
Fall over stuff,
accuracy.
dude. Miscount corners, it happens.
So it was there. I used to frequent there, from flat tires to bubbles in my tires to alignments and all that sort of stuff when I was younger and didn't really have a clue. They were always there to help me out and get things moving in the right direction, just like I'm sure many, many people that your family had come to know for the many years that you guys were there. How long were you at that spot in particular?
My grandfather started in 1942.
That's wild.
And then my father started in the late 70s. And then we started in the early 2000s.
So hold on, let me think. 1942. That was pre the big war.
Correct.
That was pre the big one. Let me think. How many cars on the road in 1942? Just to get a rough idea.
Wow, you're harnessing the power of the internet live on show? It's unbelievable. Josh must be paying for an AI subscription now.
So 244.73 vehicles per 1,000 people. Roughly.
It's a shitty answer.
Not what I was looking for.
Multiply it by the people.
Multiply it by the people if you really want to
So
find out that number.
Then? Right? Is it 200?
Every 4 people is a car?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you say
Yeah.
that?
right?
It's true. Or even
Am I
this says
AI
in,
now?
in
This is fucking
1940
unbelievable.
in 1942 model year, automobile production was capped at barely 1 million units. So just to get an idea,
They were busy making other things.
there was right. There was
Yeah.
a bit of some other stuff going
bit of a
on.
war effort.
Did he always work on cars? Do you know what's the history with that? Why? What made him go in that direction?
I'm not sure it started in that direction. I know he worked at Firestone in the 30s,
Okay,
and then I guess ventured on his own.
just had that history enough
Yeah.
to decide to take it on,
Yeah,
and do his own thing.
Right, because there wasn't many shops in the city that I was aware of. Firestone was a big one.
Yeah,
A few small guys, and then South End had nothing, I guess, and he ventured on to the South End.
which kind of explains the facility was in a bit of a weird spot.
Right,
So to me, and what I mean by that is, well, yeah, the city grew around it because it was probably it wasn't
right,
weird back then, when it was built.
right. I think Globe Street was sort of the end, if you will, and
Yeah.
then down where the plazas are now, where Harbor Freight is, that was more farmland, I guess.
Right. That was
A
that was
dump?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because there was nothing, and it went to
Right.
it goes into Tiverton, and
Correct.
matter of fact, that was a heavily wooded area.
Right.
So it's been in the family
For a long time.
since then.
Since then. And then 2 years ago, sold it
Yep.
and moved on.
So is the building still there?
Right, yeah, building's still there, business is still there.
Oh, okay. How was it growing up at a tire? So actually, let's kind of take a step back. It was tire sales, replacement, mounting, balancing,
Correct.
alignment, suspension components.
Correct.
It was an oil change shop or anything at all?
Not really at first. No.
Okay.
We did do some oil changes, but not at the beginning for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, mostly tires, and then a lot of agricultural,
Yep.
road service.
Yep.
Then we moved on to more mechanic work as the years went on.
Was it something you were interested in directly, or was it just by pure osmosis of
By
being
default,
there? Yeah.
yeah. Interested? No. Mechanic stuff, still not really interested in.
Yep.
My brother does that. It was by default we ended up there, I'd say.
Yeah. It was in the blood.
That's it.
How was it working with the family? Was there anybody else? Let's say
No.
your grandfather, with any other cousins, sibling, anything
No.
like that?
No.
Okay.
And I was in and out of the shop over the years. My brother started there and stayed there for 20 years. I was in and out.
Yep.
No, it was just me and my brother and my father. That was it.
The relationships that you established, do you still talk to a lot of people from that area?
A ton of people.
Yeah.
They get a hold of us all the time. See how we're doing, what we're doing.
Yep. Because, it was truly a staple in Fall River.
Yeah.
Again, being
Yeah.
in the south end of Fall River, a standout facility for many reasons, obvious, but it was recognizable in there, and just, I'm sure Fall River likes those kind of places.
They
it
do.
seems.
And Fall River's changed a lot over the past 20 years. It's
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
Housing. It's different people are here,
Yep.
but it's still a good place. They still do well. But
So what were some of your interests in particular that, kind of took you away?
I guess during COVID, the people, it's changed.
Okay.
Employees, to get a good employee was tough.
Yep.
Like I said, maybe I think it was 2013. I ventured off my own in wheel repair. My brother stayed, so he was more into the whole tire shop, alignments, mechanic work. Where I ventured off to wheel repair, powder coating, and the future, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. What fascinates you about wheel repair? How did you get into
wheel
that?
repair? Just because cars are coming with bent wheels or cracked wheels, and we have to constantly send them off. So we bought a wheel straightener, learned how to weld, and took it from there.
So it was almost just
Again, by
a bit of a
default-
necessity
by default,
to
it
like,
was-
why are we sending, especially if you got to send some out, waste time and wait and just be stuck in between, right?
Right. And back then, it was a guy in Westport. I think it was called Bent Wheels. Did everything. Nice guy. He passed away. His son took over. But in that time, when his father passed away, I think is when I started.
Yep.
And it was busy. It's a necessity, I guess, right?
For sure.
A lot of
Oh,
potholes
people are
in the area.
bending wheels every day, man.
It's like
It's
constantly.
Good business to be in.
It's not a bad business,
Between between the roads and the drivers, it's
brutal.
It's just printing money.
right?
Right on the Rhode Island border, be the place to be.
And you got the phones, so everyone's not paying attention. hitting
Right.
Curbs,
Right.
cosmetic repairs.
I mean, how, all right, your typical process, before I ask this other question, your typical process for a wheel repair. At what point do you say, look, man, there's no hope?
Well, there was one the other that was pretty far going. I had to weld a big lip on. When it's too far going, I'd say when it's structurally a front spoke is cracked or the hub is bent.
Yeah.
From smacking a curb really hard where you can't straighten it.
Yeah.
Besides that,
That's pretty, you have to hit a curb.
You gotta
pretty
really
damn
hammer
hard,
him to-
right, to
You do.
bend a hub.
To kill
dude.
him.
You do. I had a few of them like that, but you can repair a lot of them. You do weld them.
Yeah.
Sort of a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, it gets by.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there better OEM wheels versus,
OEM wheels are all pretty good. Aftermarkets are hit or miss.
Yep.
But OEMs are they're pretty good for the most part. There's a couple Acura wheels. I think the old 04, 05 TLs were, those are prone to crack and bend and not very good.
Yeah, a bit of paper mache.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I mean, you don't have to. So, is there? Let's say, is there a standout all-star in the aftermarket that you're like, there's not much saving this. The thing's made of aluminum foil.
There's so many.
Yeah.
So many companies come and go.
Yeah,
Or
and
wheels-
probably
or
go,
wheel designs
especially
come
if
and
they're.
go.
Yeah,
They'll be out there for 5-6 months, and they'll do away with that line. I've seen a lot, especially when you weld them, you realize how bad the aluminum is. It
Yeah.
just turns black right away.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
Constantly
Yeah, that's a
recleaning it,
bit
and
of.
you know
a,
it's not going to last.
yeah, just terrible material
Yeah.
to start. And
Yep. So you do the best you can, but it's a Band-Aid.
what about the faces and things like that?
Yeah, so faces, for the most part, sand them down, DA them. If it's a big gouge, you put weld.
Yep.
Sand them down and repaint them or machine them, powder coat them.
And you do a lot of this for dealerships.
Correct.
What's your typical turnaround time for something like
So
that?
dealerships.
Because you do on-site repair as well.
Correct. So on site is done that same day.
Yep.
Within hours. In the shop, usually 24, 48 hours, give or
Okay.
take. Powder coat, maybe a week, depending on if we have the color in stock.
Yep.
The typical person that damaged these wheels, what's she like?
They're all she's, according to the husband.
Yeah,
The husband
exactly.
never
Everybody's
did it.
got the
Right, I
excuse.
was just gonna say.
It's
Yeah,
never
let
the-
the wife borrow the Viper. It really fucked the wheel up. Yeah.
Actually, a guy with a Viper came by one day and he said, I got to hide this from my wife. before She gets mad at me.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be every man's excuse has to be
100%.
wife is out there parking.
It was
Fucked it all up.
It's never the husband.
It's never been a man.
Never their problem. You can blame it on the kid, whatever, whoever.
Kid was driving, fucked
Yeah,
the wheel all
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Let's call it one of those emergency calls. But is there anything wild that stands out? Like, oh, I had to repair the wheel of X.
Like someone
Just
possibly.
or just something, or a crazy car in particular, like like a Viper or something odd.
Vipers, Porsche GT3s, a
Okay.
few Ferrari wheels, Bentleys, but nothing. Metal's metal. Really.
Yeah.
So,
Which is a good approach, especially to that stuff, because
right.
the emblem or the manufacturer can be intimidating when
Once
you
you pop
think
off the
certain
emblem,
things doesn't
you don't
matter.
look at the backside of the hope.
Yep.
The spoke.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Same wheel.
Yeah. Yep. It's metal.
Yeah.
So you go to some metals are better than others. 3-piece wheels really soft.
Yep.
But OEMs are pretty good. Some old VW wheels are really soft too. 16, 17-inch Jetta wheels,
Yep.
super soft.
I mean, let's see, 16, 17, yeah. When they were making the Mark III Jetta, I think they made the whole car soft, so it makes perfect
They're
sense.
pushing a tin can sometimes.
Yeah,
Try
yeah.
to
It's
straighten it.
not far off.
No.
What are some of the more difficult OEM paints to match?
Hyper silvers.
Okay.
Very tough. Not much metallic, if any metallic at all, but very reflective.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to match that. You can blend it pretty good, but to get an exact match is very, very difficult. PVD wheels. Ford would have a chrome looking wheel.
Yep.
Can't match that.
Right. It's impossible. And it stuff also it flakes off.
Correct. You change your tire, it comes right off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a terrible
yeah,
finish.
yeah, it's awful. Come right off. Brutal.
What do you think about the? Sorry, if you had a
No.
thought. Okay, I was gonna say, what do you think about the trend in like black wheels with red accents and that sort of baloney?
I like black wheels. The accents, they look nice. Sometimes more difficult to fix.
Yep.
Masking, or if you mess up the red part of the wheel, now it's a pain in the butt.
Right.
Now I got a pinstripe wheel.
Yeah, and I don't have a steady hand sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. On average, how many are you going out to dealerships every day? Every couple times a week?
Right now, I do 3 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
I was doing
Built into your schedule.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
I used to do 5 days. I had a few guys who would go on the road for me, but right now it's just 3 days. Shop works better
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Steady enough to just.
Yeah, it's a better process. It's a better product. In the
For sure,
100%.
for sure. You're surrounded by your same settings, tools, know where
Yeah.
things are. Just I can
using
understand
better
that.
products, better clear coats.
Yeah,
On the road,
not as
it's-
rushed, I'd assume.
Yeah, on the road using fast stuff. It dries quick. Usually doesn't last as long.
And it's going to be affected by just ambient temperature and stuff like that to a certain extent,
it's
right?
tough in the middle of winter trying to paint the wheel when it's 30 degrees.
Do you
Yeah.
do you warm your van?
We do. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. It's warm with heat lamps inside, and you do warm the wheel first. But if you get a wheel that's 20 degrees, it's going to take forever to get it back to 60, 70 degrees.
right.
So that's tough painting icicles.
Yeah.
Is it going to last? Probably not.
Right. It's as we kind of touched on earlier, it's
lipstick.
it's Band-Aid, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
The shop, let's call it workshop, the van workshop.
Yep.
Is it, how many people can fit in it?
You could fit 2 in mine.
Okay.
It's
Two.
a 7x14 trailer.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's decent size. 2 guys.
Yeah.
You can fit inside of it.
Yeah.
1 guy's nice. 2 guys gets a little cumbersome.
Yeah. Yeah. You make it work.
It'll work.
Do you have a number of how many wheels, again,
Yeah.
repaired, not perfect, but they're repaired. What's the top number of wheels you did in a day?
On the road?
Yeah.
Probably 17, 18.
Holy shit, in a day.
Yeah.
That's
A lot of wheels.
That's
A lot of wheels. That was before. Certain wheels are easy to do, quick.
Yep.
Nowadays, the black and silver, those you're going to do a lot of masking. You're not getting 18 wheels like that done in a day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, probably 17, 18 wheels.
Yep.
Long day. 6 to 6, 6 to 7, so 12, 13 hour day.
Yep.
You know-
But that's a bunch to bang out.
It's a
Yeah.
shitload of wheels.
Yeah.
You're not pulling tires on the road, you're just doing
Nope.
tires on?
Popping beads and painting
No way.
the tires. I'm masking the tires up.
Okay. And then you can bend them straight with tires on them? Ish.
Yes.
Preferred to be
Close.
off.
Yeah, if it's a bad bend, I'd say no.
Yeah.
A small bend, yes.
A noticeable difference.
Correct.
Yeah.
If they're
Yeah.
at your shop, are you pulling the tires off?
Yes.
Or they're showing up
Everything
without them?
I'm pulling them off. Usually, I like to pull the tires off. I like to remount, rebalance.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So you
we
can
use the
control
shop.
the whole thing.
Correct.
Right. Because then last thing you need is you straighten someone's wheel. Somebody puts the weights on wrong, and they're just like,
100%.
it's all fucked up again.
Yep.
All right, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they scratch the wheel, putting the tire back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Of
Right.
course.
Right. Yeah. You're giving them.
Yeah.
the
You must be
finished product.
mega careful.
Yep.
As opposed to anybody else.
I wrap everything up, make sure everything's done right.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
It's good to know, so I won't fuck my tires off. Fuck
Yeah.
my wheels up, bringing them over to you.
Yeah.
I
Give
know.
it with tires.
Yeah.
We get it all the time. Other shops calling.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I
Tech,
messed this
tech,
up.
Set the head too low, scratch some
Oh, I'm
spokes.
from hell
Yeah.
on a tire machine.
So it's
I should not be on there. Yeah.
It's just bull in a china shop.
yeah.
Checking a
Check out
tire
a
machine, dude.
Yep.
I can't fuck around with those things. I've ripped tires straight off.
What is the duck head right at the bottom? Just rip that thing clean off.
Dude, I remember I got new tires for one of my cars, snow tires or something. I'm putting it on, and I just tore the sidewall right off the thing. I took the fucking tire and I threw it at the bathroom door. It went right through it.
Yep. No
shop.
lube needed.
And
No.
I was like, all right, well, I'm a fucking idiot. This is the last time I do this.
Yep.
It was like a 15 too. It was the dumbest thing ever.
So when you bring stuff back to the shop, I mean, obviously each wheel is going to be different, right? It's going to warrant something different. So it's
Right.
really tough to say, ooh, how long something's going to take. But
Right. Yeah, the longest shouldn't take a couple days, 3 days at most if it's busy.
yep.
Yeah, strip and powder coating is probably the longest because you can strip all the wheels down to bare metal, sandblast them, powder coat them.
Yep.
And if they're powder coated, then machined, it takes even longer. So a set of wheels could take 12 hours, 16 hours, depending on what it is.
Yep.
But a typical wheel comes in, if it's just a cosmetic repair, it could take an hour, hour and a half. But then you have to clear coat time to dry, which is why I always tell people the next day, let it dry overnight, and then
Right.
you're good.
Yeah. Do you charge a flat rate or do you charge per what, per specimen, if
Yeah,
you will?
there's sort of a flat rate. Certain things can be more difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is. I'd say it's a basic rate for most things.
Yeah.
A bent wheel, unless it's a 26-inch wheel.
Right. Something.
Reverse mount, 30 sidewalls. Well,
Yeah.
we got a problem here, right?
Right. It's a bit of a time investment,
Yeah.
to get this thing sorted.
But a regular 19, 20-inch wheel, nothing crazy.
I was going to say, right, because now a lot of OEMs are 1920s.
Yeah, 18, 19,
It's just-
20, 21. My friend just brought a Mercedes the other day, 23-inch.
Jesus
Like-
Christ, dude.
Yeah, it was a
Goddamn.
$2,800 wheel and a $700 tire.
Holy shit.
Silly. From Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, silly.
But still, just a,
Yep.
yeah.
For one wheel.
It was an SUV?
Yeah, GLS. Because he
Okay.
rubbed the curb.
Every
And,
time.
That's an expensive.
yeah, so it was a machine wheel. So paint it black, machine it,
Oh,
and then new tire for him.
Oh my God. Wow. Right. That is labor intensive
Yeah.
on special, such a
On
big wheel.
23-inch, it's not a light wheel either.
Right.
Walking
Right.
that
Yeah.
around,
That's,
it's not
that's,
easy.
yeah, that's
You
a
know?
day right there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
How did you develop your expertise with this? Was it something that, like, again, you were kind of that segment of the business was missing, so you adopted it, but like, did it just, all right, I'm going to do this and run with it, or was
Nope.
there a mentor or anything?
No mentor. You learn as you go.
Yep.
Shouldn't say that. It was a mentor. And there's a guy I buy the equipment from. He showed us a few tricks here and there. Went down for a couple of days. But besides that, you learn it.
Right. Just go.
Yep. You weld it, it cracks again. Well, you messed up welding it.
Yep.
So learn how to do it.
Yep.
Same with the machining. I was a machinist. You learn how to use a CNC. You learn how to powder coat. You learn I messed that up. That fell apart, right? That looks terrible. Do it
Yep.
Again. So a lot of redos
I was just saying,
at the
and
beginning.
I was just right, because a lot of this stuff is there's nuances to it.
Correct.
Even with powder coating, whether it's
Yeah.
what hell, I think what brand of powder you're using can vary.
It's
you know.
different at different temps.
Yeah.
Different materials. There's polyester, there's urethanes, there's a bunch of different times. Hybrid epoxies now. It's different things, different applications, and they react different. And
Yep.
then when you powder coat a wheel black, machine it. Now, if you don't bevel the edge, now all the spokes are chipped. So you got to worry about that.
Right.
That's not fun.
Oh my God. Right. It can be very intricate depending upon the,
So you learn.
yeah.
Do this before that happens.
And how
Before
long
you
have,
redo them.
how long have you been doing wheel repair in particular?
Since 2008.
Okay. So pushing 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost
Been a
getting there.
while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So you know the ins and outs.
before the
of,
grades were here. Put it that way.
so you know some ins and outs and
Yeah.
very familiar with it.
You learn it.
Is there anything in technology that helped, that is advanced from when you started, or is it, because it truly is a pretty
Yeah, it's more of a caveman type of thing.
on hand, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
not much. Some new colors have come out. Powder coat colors and new paint colors. Besides that, it's welding, it's machining, it's powder coating and painting.
Yeah.
There's not much else to it. Just learning how to do that
Yeah.
in the process. Yeah, and then details always mess you up with all their tire shine. You get fish eye if you don't
Ugh.
clean the real really good, right? Especially on the road.
fucking tire shop,
Yeah.
man.
Oh tire shine's the worst.
It's,
It
yeah.
is.
I
It
Says
looks
wheel
good,
black.
I guess, but I'm not a.
There's other options.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't. It doesn't need to be shiny and
Yeah, I'm
just-
not that guy.
like a Hot Wheels doesn't need to look like that
it's
at all.
The worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst when it's on your hands and it's everywhere. You can't throw away gloves.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Because you'll mess up your finish if you have them on.
So you and your brother, about 2 years ago, the business was sold. Did you have a plan of like, all right, I need to get back into this and what I'm going to do?
No, not much of a plan. I thought I was going to get out of the tires
Mm-hmm.
business, and I kept the wheel repair stuff. Actually built a few houses with a few friends of mine and went that route for a while. And
Yep.
now I'm back into wheels, and my brother took a sales rep job for a little while. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Now he's back into tires and alignments and suspension parts.
So it's safe to say you in particular liked or like repairing wheels
By default, right?
to some to some extent.
Right.
You know, it's
I don't mind it.
yeah,
I guess it's what you do, what you know.
yeah,
Comes easy sometimes.
yeah,
You curse a little here and there. Why am I doing this?
yeah.
But
It gets you
overall,
through, and it's
not
keeps
a bad.
keeps
and
life moving.
And there's a need for it.
Mhm.
And there's a lot
Oh,
of
for
guys
sure.
out there
We've seen some of the people who drive on these
Yeah,
roads.
roads aren't getting better either.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a need for good work. There's plenty of guys who do it. Guys who aren't very good. There's guys who are very good.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, I guess pick your poison if you want to be a dealer guy or a in shop guy, right?
Right, right.
That makes a big difference. Dealer guys are lipstick guys, really.
Yeah.
And it's tough, and you can't blame them. It's what it is.
They're just
It's what the dealership wants. It's quick. It's easy.
what can close the sale.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's a need for that.
Yeah.
Insurance companies want that. They don't want to spend the price of in-house wheels. They want the cheap, inexpensive process, which is fine.
Yeah. So paints and paint mixing and aerosols and different things like that. Again, was that out of kind of a necessity to deal with the wheel stuff, and then all right, I can expand on that.
The paint was coming up with colors on the road. Matching colors was always difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured if I can get 50, 60 colors that were good, silvers, grays, blacks, that would help myself plus anyone else who does wheels on the road. And then the aerosols and different colors that I hear came just because paint's paint, and
Yep.
you always expand. There's endless possibilities with paint.
So what is the process for that? So not even these colors here, but OEM wheel colors. Does the OEM put that information out there, or do you
Nope.
have to dig?
You have to get color swatches and go up to every wheel and look at it, say, yep, that's the one, and then catalog it. There's no OEM code for wheels.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it's tough.
Wow. Right. Because I get because there's certainly variations.
Yeah.
Hell, in a generational line, even the models can be
Correct.
different.
Every
It
year they're
just-
different. There's
yeah.
an E-class with a coarse silver, then there's a fine silver.
Yep.
The wheels look very similar, but different color paint.
And when you put them side by side, you notice. I mean, because we've shot many samples, and just
Correct.
personally, I didn't know that many silvers existed
I
in the
know.
world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just like holy shit.
it's nuts, and you can fudge. You can get away with some stuff when you're blending, but if you want them exact, you gotta.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's it's tough.
So, in order to mix some paint, you need the swatches, and then so you're essentially matching the swatches from whoever the manufacturer is of the paint product
Correct.
itself.
Correct.
Okay.
And then you get that code, and then you catalog, and I think it's 60 colors in a swatch with silvers and grays and blacks. I think it's about and a couple golds, BBS gold, and the Subaru gold.
Yep.
And that's about it. The toughest is the hypers. I have a hyper paint, but it's a tough color to match hyper silvers because you put a black base coat, it changes because hyper silver is very translucent, so you won't get it doesn't cover very well, but it does change with what's underneath it.
Yep.
Hyper is very difficult to match.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Because now you're trying to match basically two colors by laying the foundational color
Exactly.
and getting that correct, and then whatever over
So if
the
you
top
sand
of
the
it.
wheel, you don't prime it or paint it correctly. Now you have
Different
a dark spot and a light spot in your
Yeah.
blend, if you will.
Yep.
So it's tough. And then you put clear on it. Clear can change how the metallics lay. That'll change.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. So how has the wheel tones business been? Do you find, I mean, because there's certainly a niche out there for people, right? Whether it's at-home small wheel repair, or what I think you're going to try to push into is just touch-up paint in the aerosol form, and potentially some other offerings as well.
Yeah.
How has it been so far? Because you've been doing it about a year and a half?
I probably came up with colors about a year ago. About a year ago, I'd say.
Okay.
Started getting with the colors. I haven't done too much with it because of life happens.
Yep.
I'd say the past 6 months I've been maybe pushing more.
Yep.
It's been just slow going at first, but it's been catching up.
Yep.
It's been getting better.
You've been at a few shows.
Yep.
You were at Dust Off in particular, and that's, again, you're talking a very niche for lack of a better term, a very nerdy group who's going to know their paint,
Correct.
when it comes to that sort of stuff. Was it well received there of just
Yeah,
potential?
I've talked to a few people there. They seem to be interested. A couple of guys have reached out. I've sent some samples to them, some aerosols. It's been good. Since the show, it's been picking up a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah, just conversation. Start a conversation with people is what you need to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Get to know you a little bit, who you're dealing with, instead
Yep.
of just going online to a random website, having no clue who it is. It's nice to be able to pick up the phone or shoot an email or text to somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah,
just bounce a question here or there, and then you have any. If you don't know what you're looking for, let me know.
Yep.
You know, processes. Should I prime this? What color primer? You know, there's a lot to it. Are you using aerosols or using a gun?
Yep.
That changes everything too.
For sure. Yeah, just because this rate it comes out of something, right?
Yep.
And
High pressure, low pressure will change colors. So how do you shoot paint? So sometimes you can match the paint, but then the guy shoots at 100 psi. Well, it might be a little bit lighter and a little rough, right?
yep, yep.
So
All factors. You almost have to educate the consumer as well at the same time as, hey, look, here's what we provide, but here's the best steps for application, things like that.
correct, and that's hopefully coming down the road. We can do some tutorials, some videos, and
Yep,
teach things.
for sure. Yeah, I think it would help the product overall.
100%.
Just because. And like you said, there's at least a somebody they can go to for questions.
Right.
And
People want to see the process. They want to see what you're doing, how it works. They want to see someone else use it, what they think of it. You know, some people don't want to be the first person.
Right. Yeah, because realistically, I want Jazz Blue paint. But I'm supposed to just buy this and try it?
Right,
That,
right.
that instead of, but if there's a video showing, hey, look, this is how simple it is.
Correct.
Make the steps correct, and you'll probably yield a pretty good result.
Right. And is it perfect? Everything's blendable. Nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing's a 100% match.
And like we talked about before, probably not painting a whole side of a car
No.
with an aerosol.
Correct.
This is to help kind of beautify things.
Right.
Something
You
that
scrape the bottom of your fender, your bottom of a bumper.
right.
Fine. Shoot it real quick.
Yeah.
All set.
Are you, again, necessity. Do you like the paint stuff? Do you like kind of the science and the tech
I
behind
do.
it?
Learning more and more about it. It's interesting, and it's amazing the technology that goes behind matching colors. There's the company that makes these paints they sent guys up to the U.S. for months and months and months. Goes to car dealerships, and all he does all day long is match colors on every car. He leaves 6 months later with 30, 40 totes of paint chips, and he goes back and gets all the codes and translates them all into U.S. codes instead of European codes, which could be a little different.
Right.
So it's a lot goes into it.
Yeah. It's never ending. And
Never ending.
especially it's an important thing for a lot of people.
It is.
And we always talk in, in the enthusiast mindset, but there's still a lot of people who are, especially when you get into the Porsche world, the investment side of things of, oh shit, I can't repaint this whole car. Let me, because you were talking about trying to expand your line for some Porsche stuff. I need to grab a can of Ruby Stone or just whatever it might be,
Small
something.
stuff. Yeah, if you don't have the money to paint the whole car, or if you're a young kid, a DIY guy, try it.
Yeah, there's a
You
place
can always
for
stand
it.
it off. It doesn't come out right. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
That's a good.
You
That's
can
a
always
good,
fix it.
that's a good thing. Yeah, just remember you can go back.
Yeah, it's only a piece of metal. You can always fix it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So the business overall, you and your brother are under one roof now.
Correct.
And moving forward, not only will you offer wheel repair, wheel fixing overall, a paint line for kind of touch up, wheel paint, all that sort of stuff, but there's going to be some in-house services as well.
Correct. We'll have tires, alignments, suspension parts.
Hold on. Tires, alignments, suspension parts. It sounds vaguely familiar to a business that was started in 1942.
Right. That's the other half.
Dare I say, comes
That's-
full circle.
That's the other half who's going to take off with that end. But he enjoys alignments. So
No, and I think truly it's it's just part of you guys to
Right.
do.
And it's an art too. Alignments. It's not easy. not every car is easy. Some cars are.
Yep.
And it's sometimes you don't want to get alignment and just get to set the toe and go. You actually want a true alignment, which a lot of places don't do. They say they might do that, but
Speed is of the essence for them, right?
Correct.
And one special thing that we wanted to note with your alignment machine, this is very important to a lot of us here, and probably a lot of people who listen. It is in the ground. It is a flush mount.
It is a flush mount.
Alignment rack.
Correct. So if you have a car that's scraping the ground, come on down. We'll do the best we can if it's scraping, but if it's I don't know, maybe it's an inch of ground, right? It's a little metal plate.
A clear, right? That just sticks up. I mean, if there's a car,
if it's
yeah,
If
they're
you got
in
a deck of cards underneath your car, you're pretty low.
they're in a world of hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
people have been begging for a flush mount though.
Yeah.
Around here for sure.
There's not many
No,
that I know of.
there's not many with people that know what they're doing,
Right.
which is the hardest part, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it'll be a good thing.
Big shouts to Wild Steve in the chat. Cheese pizza for the boys. Thank you very much, sir. Big shouts as always. Wild Steve is a gentleman that works at that company, Subi Mods, that I was going to mention before. They
Gotcha.
they have a whole line of paint, seemingly, but they are in Connecticut and could potentially, work with you guys someday. Who knows?
Right. Who knows?
For covering a bunch of different
I
paints.
like to have friends. It's not competition. Just it's nice to talk to each other.
Yeah, for sure. At the very right, communication.
Right.
At the very least.
Right. If you need help, I can help you out. If I need help, I'll call you. Type of thing.
So the rack is in the ground.
It is.
It's not fully operational yet.
When I left, before I came here, my brother was finishing up. He had his first car on the rack.
Okay. Yep.
He was fine tuning everything. So by next week we should be up and running. Maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. When I get back to the shop, I'll find out. But
what is the plan with that? Is it going to just be word of mouth for now, or are you going to put phone number stuff like that out there just
waiting
to?
for Mr. Stairs to help us out here.
Okay. Fair.
He's coming up with the logo for us just to get everything going. So we can
Oh,
do
perfect.
a little campaign.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. That'll be great.
So when he gets a minute, he's gonna finish that, and then we'll get that going.
Yeah.
So we have a phone number. That's about it right now.
Okay. Well, we can link the wheel
But if
tone.
you
We
go-
can
but
link
if
the
you-
website and stuff like
But
that
if
just to make sure it's there.
Yeah, if you were just to email me, I can always tell him, and
Yeah.
phone number can go from there.
We can make
Right.
something happen just so everybody can get to it. And
Yeah.
and for everybody in the chat or who might be listening, they're located maybe 15 minutes from our location here in East Providence. They're in Seekonk, Massachusetts. So it's not if you're local to us, Wade, you're kind of screwed. But if you're local to us, you can get there with relative ease. The roads getting there aren't too bad. Route 6 main road should be pretty flat. If you're lower than 1 inch, you might be in trouble.
Hey.
But they get the rack for you.
Correct. Once you get a Route 6, you're okay.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you're into? Are you yourself into cars overall?
Yes and no. I don't have any toys.
Yep.
Do I enjoy being around cars? Yes. But I don't have any toys myself, and no time soon with kids
Yep.
in college.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you got your hands full.
Correct.
Yeah. That's that's a project in itself.
Yep.
What do you hope for in the business overall? Is there a goal? What do you want to achieve?
Helping people out with their issues, problems. Be a little problem solver would be nice.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get busy. Just be busy, I guess.
Yeah.
I like being busy.
I was gonna say it seems
like
like
sitting around.
you like to work just in
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
So keep busy and keep the phones ringing, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
What are is there anything else? Obviously you guys get your hands full, right? But is there anything else that you're like, oh, you know what? We'd like to tackle that as well.
Right now, no. I have a lot in my head, but I've got to focus.
Mhm.
Get a few things going first.
Yep.
And then move on from there.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm a little too scattered.
I get it.
Gotta focus.
I wanted to go back. The powder coating setup. It's a pretty large setup that you have there, right?
Yeah, the oven is 6 by 6 by 12, I believe.
Oh,
6 by
wow.
6 by 9 inside.
Yeah.
9 inside is actually. So 6 feet tall, 6 feet wide, 9 feet deep.
Jeez.
Yep.
What the hell? 3-phase power going to that?
We have, that's propane.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So it's running propane.
Wow. Right.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yep. No natural gas where we are in Seekonk, so propane it is.
Right. A lot of stipulate or hurdles that you have to go through.
Yeah, not too much.
Okay.
The town was very good with us.
Yep.
They were good.
And
Easy to deal
even
with.
for the setting up the shop and stuff like that.
It wasn't bad. Me and my brother did 99% of everything ourselves.
Yep.
So it was a 6-month undertaking to get it all done.
Yep.
But now it's again.
I was gonna say I've been at a great
Yeah.
looking facility.
It's
Yeah.
Again, there. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to paint the floors again in the alignment room, so it looks nice.
Yep.
And hopefully it gets busy.
Yeah. I think you will, especially, you know, you get the right mindset. You want to work, make it happen.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you can just helping people goes a long way, especially like
100%.
not being just the salesman.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to sell whatever.
No, I'm a terrible salesman. And there's not a lot of guys who are trusted with their fancy tires, fancy wheels, fancy cars.
Yep.
I know when we got out of the tire shop, I didn't know who to send my truck to.
Right.
Change my tires, balance them. You know, there's a few guys, but they also sold out.
Right.
So I was sort of stuck.
It is, yeah, because it's a very particular thing. You spend a lot of money on a set of wheels, spend additional money on
Right.
tires.
Correct.
You want it to be done correctly and not
Right.
messed up.
Correct. And it was tough. Alignments, I didn't know who to send my truck for an alignment, you know. So now we can do everything that if people have questions or they're concerned, give us a buzz and give us a shot.
Are you going to have, do you have tire vendors in there particular? Like, are you setting up
We have
different
a few
vendors?
warehouses we deal with now.
Okay.
Same ones we dealt with before. So we can get any tire
Yeah.
we want.
Yep.
We're not going to stock tires like we used to. We'll get them as you want them.
Yeah,
stock
yeah,
a few here and there, but nothing. We're not going to do.
I mean, realistically, what, a couple days at most?
We get tires. It could be same day if you order them in the morning or next day, the latest.
Oh, wow.
So within
Yeah.
unless it's a special tire that's not available.
Yep.
But if it's a regular tire in stock, within 24 hours we'll have it.
Yeah.
So usually it takes that much time to set up the appointment because usually
Right. You in theory, yeah, you're going to be booked for.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the past, we were always fairly busy, so hopefully
Yep.
that transfers over to the new place. We hope.
It's exciting. I think it's going to be great, especially something, you know, so close to us. There's many different people who can utilize that and
Right.
kind of make it happen. So
Yeah, and I do like taking. I like helping people out who are nervous about their cars. Like if you have a brand new Porsche,
Yeah.
you don't want anyone to touch your car.
right, it's a good, a very niche thing.
Come on down. It's a clean shop.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a touchless tire machine, so no bars going over your wheels, potentially scratching them.
Yep.
So it's nice.
Right, it's a good, you can cater to,
Yeah.
you know, and the enthusiast who cares about their
Right.
vehicle overall,
Right.
not just every day
Right.
pop whatever on there.
Correct. Yeah, and not knocking anybody. If you're a 17, 18-year-old kid who just learned,
Right.
you can't knock him for scratching the wheel. He wasn't taught.
Right.
Maybe, right.
Right. No, you guys are seasoned veterans who,
Right. So
yeah.
see how it goes.
I think this is good. I think that's a good combination of things
Yeah.
overall. Well, I wish you guys the best. I truly do. We're going to try to get down there, shoot some photos, video, different things like that. We'll check out the rack and all that sort of stuff. And I personally I'm going to snag some of the BMP color off you to try to help the R32 a little bit there. So I think it'll be a prime example of how you can snag something and make your car a little bit more complete, if you will. That's certainly the way I'm going to look at it. Yeah.
Get rid of some of that rust.
That get rust or
Class
just
her up a little
just
bit.
something sun-dried, baked potato looking paint.
Right. Seal that off and put some fresh coat.
They can help you out.
Yeah.
So you can go to wheeltones.com. Is that what it is? .com?
Wheeltones.com is yes. That's
Okay.
the website for the paint.
Website for the paint there, and we'll include, once they're up, some links to their alignment shop, numbers, different things like that you can check them out. And we'll hit some updates on the show, and I'm sure you'll see it on social media when we post it, to let everybody know that you guys are up, operational, and open for business, essentially.
Appreciate that.
No problem. You are more than welcome to stick around. Chuck and I are going to cover some events and things like that, but if you need to take off, you can do that as well. We can take a brief pause in the chat. John's in there working up a big, powder coat quote for
He's
Instagram
working.
customers now. So he's working. He's on the clock right now. So we're going to take a brief pause in the chat. We'll be right back. And then we'll go from there.
All right.
See you in a
guys in a minute.
This one.
Oh God.
And we're back.
Am I back? No, I can't hear me.
And
Or
we're
can
not
I?
back. No.
There I am.
There you go. Yeah, that's that one. That's that one.
How about the air horn? We go.
Oh, there we go.
There we are. Hey, everybody, we're back.
Anybody's in the chat?
Anybody there?
I don't know.
Anybody here? We're back.
We'll just finish up. We'll keep this going.
Let's keep this party going.
Keep this train rolling. All right. So that was great to talk to Ryan Wheeltones. A lot of cool colors there, especially a lot of the Volkswagen offerings, if you will. They look pretty damn close. I'm really impressed with the Jazz Blue and the Deep Blue Pearl that's over there.
Jazz Blue looks very tight. I also plan on testing your boy out with some fucking shitty wheels I have that I need to have fixed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm gonna kind of put it all on the line.
Hit
Get
'em
some
up.
wheels fixed up, some old boys.
Make it happen. I think that's a niche that we don't necessarily have in this area in particular. So I think it'd
like
work
I
out
said,
pretty
there's some
good.
guys that'll do lipstick on a pig shit, but guys that actually fix wheels are hard to come by.
Yep.
Homeboy used to be into it. He's out. Really miss it.
I think I was going to say it's one of those
New
things
homie.
where he tried to leave. Doesn't seem like
he couldn't get out. No.
Yeah, doesn't seem like he could. Right back into it. So speaking of back into it, let's get right into it with these
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Oh my God.
callbacks.
Feels like it's been forever since we did a callback segment.
Mm-hmm.
See what's going on in this world here. I got a little bit of stuff that happened over the back here over the past couple weeks. I'll tell you what. This last weekend, your boy found himself at Lock City twice. Went out Friday. They had the competition going on. Jesus, what do they call the competition?
Street Series.
Street Series was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, dude. I've talked about before how much fun it is to watch the competition, especially after you watch drifting for a while, to like see it judged. Guys running one-on-one zone defense out there.
It's a different feel for sure. It's a different feel.
So much fun. So yeah, I got there later than I was supposed to, but I still made it. I think I made it for like top 16 and watched it onwards. It was so sick. It was good to see everybody. I hadn't been out in a while. And Jimmy O was out there destroying. Jimmy O was out there like driving like a man who just spent a month in Japan under some type of mega driving sensei and just spent his whole time there just driving.
It seems as if
he was out there destroying, dude.
Every time he goes, he comes to a different level.
It was, and don't get me wrong, everybody was driving good, but Jimmy was on one, dude.
Him and Mike tangoed, right?
Yeah. Mike's turbo said goodnight.
Oh, right.
Forever.
Actually, I did see that at him.
Yeah. Oh, dude, him. Yeah, when I first got there, he was jiggling around. I was like the. It wasn't Shaft play. Shaft had left the chat. Mike had it. It didn't like go in the motor or anything. But yeah, I mean, there was some really unbelievable driving. So much fun to see. God, who did it? Dave and Foss were doing the commentating.
Yep.
Dude, these guys were like talking for 7 hours. I mean,
that's
dude. They were good.
That's fucking
They were
great.
doubting themselves from what I hear at the beginning. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
They did a great job. It was so much fun to watch. They were doing a great job. Yeah, and the crowd was eating it up. There was a crowd the whole time.
That's
it
great.
It was fucking sick.
That's great.
So I was really psyched. Yeah, it was super, super cool. My ride out kind of stunk. It was just SMPTs the whole time, slow moving pickup trucks. But that's why I got there a little later than I hoped. But man, it was so much fun. And then the next day, Corey and I went out there right after lunch for the grassroots day. It was awesome. But the best part was I go up. I always text Mike at the beginning of the season, make sure I'm still good to get in. Thank him for having me last season. I really do. I mean, I understand that it's a big deal to get in these fucking things, especially some of these days. So we pull up, and I'm like, yeah, I was here yesterday. I'm on the media list or whatever. Yep. And then Corey pulls up, dude. Name's not on the list. Fuck Corey.
God,
it was so funny. Your name was on the list. She showed us the list.
Oh, that's perfect.
He's like, it could be SI. It could be my real last name. And I'm like, no, it's not there. That's what you get, man. You don't show up for a year, you get
Shafted.
cut. Oh,
Shafted.
Corey got cut, dude. Reasonably so. It was really, really funny. But yeah, we both went in. Grassroots day. It was so much fun. Also, the night before, obviously everyone was camping over, and I was hanging out with the Night Styles crew. Those guys are fucking hilarious. So Seamus, Jimmy, everybody, man. It was just a big day.
I got to get out there. So let's see. Next comp is June 15th.
Yeah, I'm out of the country next comp, so you got to go represent.
And then, let's see.
As usual, their merch was absolutely on point.
Next event. Actually, it looks like the next event overall is the comp, June 15th.
Comp, yeah.
And then there's June Jam Session coming up June 27th and 28th. So those are your next couple chances to go hit up Lock City Drift.
I'm telling you, go to any of them. You won't regret it. If you've seen a non-comp before competition, I think it helps a little bit just
to understand.
Get the layouts and stuff. There were so many people at the Grassroots Day. It was so cool. And at one point, Corey and I were standing there. We're like, that car is unbelievable. It was like a red S chassis or something. It was fucking homie Schmigor's car, who's in on the chats and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
His car's fucking unbelievable, dude.
Oh, right. Ryan.
Yeah.
And he's been, he and Seamus have been, because I seen post a video, getting real close to each other, tandeming. They're learning. They're learning it.
Are they learning together?
They're learning together.
Dude.
They're learning to touch.
Yeah, car was mega mint. Yeah, Seamus was driving IS300, which is Brittany's car.
Yeah, and then he had
Drifting a boot.
the BRZ.
I don't know if he was running. He wasn't running that
Maybe
day.
it was the last one. I can't remember.
But nonetheless, yeah, it was so cool. Thanks for having us. I really do enjoy those events. You don't really realize how much you miss them until it's the first one you've been to, and you're just like, right, this
Get back
is so
there.
much fun.
Yep.
Also, they had a steak and cheese guy that was just fucking slaying.
I heard there's some good food selections there
boys
now.
on the steak and cheese. Everybody got involved. That was really nice. So yeah, that rocks pretty hard. What else do I get going on? Also, same weekend. So that was a Friday, Saturday. Sunday, we went to Blake's show over there, the old Classicer.
Full car weekend.
Dude.
Loved Classicer. Or Classicer.
At the Classicer. What a fucking cool event that was. Blake came and talked to us about it on the last podcast.
Yep.
Sounded fucking cool. But you're like, how fucking cool could this actually be? I tell you, I pulled out, man. It was laid out perfect. Venue was awesome. Tons to do. Fucking cars everywhere. Awesome cars everywhere.
Great venue. I got there 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't think I walked in till like 10:45.
Oh, I
that.
stood right out front for like an hour talking to people.
And I was just going to say, in the parking lot, ran into so many different people, checking out a few cars out there. And then you go inside. It's, the how can I equate this? Facility's great, just in general, right? Super cool facility to pick. And then I don't know if anybody listening has ever experienced like a Fenway Park type of thing or go to a major sporting event, right?
Yeah.
You're at the arena, whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you walk through the stands and you actually see the court, it's like, whoa, all right, this is cool because you get the lights and all that sort of stuff. It was very similar to that because you walk in the entry and you're like, whoa, this is rad. It's a nice setup. Layout was great, like you said. I like the change of what you're on.
Yes, yeah.
From the turf to the
like
basketball
scenery,
court. Right. It's just like
it was set up so good for photography and for viewing and for all the owners. It was cool. I think the amount of time everyone was stuck there, if you were inside, was just right. It wasn't
perfect.
like, okay, get in at 6 and you're getting out at 8 p.m. This was like the right amount of time. It was so cool. The layout was the whole thing was so laid back and great. I was really, really impressed, and I know that show is going to go far. So
yeah, big shouts to Blake, Tom, everybody who's involved with that. Congratulations to them. I truly hope. Well, we know there will be a next year. We hope it's even bigger next year. I can say,
sick.
Not much to change. It just obviously they'll have more time to plan. They will have more actual media and content to help push it. It was awesome, and I wish them the best. And seeing that continue, it's nice to have an inside show on the East Coast like that.
Dude, I brought young Ben and his lady.
YB.
His lady didn't know what was happening. Like, he was walking in, and like immediately, I think it was Ryan's like, "You're young Ben," and like,
she doesn't know the lure of young Ben.
He said he warned her, but I don't think so. You could tell. Everybody we ran into, there were people we were running into that like everybody else was psyched to run into, and oh my God, it's young Ben! Like everybody knew young Ben.
Amazing.
Swoops.
That's amazing.
Like, oh my God, you're young Ben, and you could see her standing there like, wait, what?
Who is this,
dude? Everybody.
That's
everybody.
Amazing.
It was unbelievable. He was recognized as a celebrity by everyone in the know. And just for those of you all planning car shows, Young Man gets one Sunday off a month. So
Plan accordingly.
he might be taking a lot of Sundays off. So listen, throw your shows on a Sunday. I'll try to get him out there.
Right. Benny the Butcher's schedule's pretty
Can't
tight.
make any. Dude, Young Ben came by with some Wagyu yesterday. So big shout to Young Ben. Really
Incredible.
incredible redemption arc.
Not only that, like Young Ben, he's got his own jeweler.
He's got a jeweler. Yeah.
We've heard.
He's got a jeweler. Yeah. Lives up the street.
Yep. I mean,
In
he's
case
just
you need to get some jewels taken care of.
got them connects. He's a busy man. He was out there showing
Made time in his schedule to come out and peacock for everybody. So
showing and doing.
it was nice to see him out there. So yeah,
Big
Young
shout-
Ben made it through.
Big shouts to Young Ben.
Big shouts to Young Ben. Also, as I haven't been on the show in a while, I have completed all my yearly oil changes, which I'm very proud of me.
I mean, you don't have to say.
I had a real issue on one of them.
Does that endeavor, like, is there a inflation on that endeavor?
No, it's almost the same price. I think it cost me
Okay.
like $300 maybe. To
Okay,
do them all.
that's good.
I
That's
don't.
honestly,
So I was kind of doing one a day,
Yep,
and was feeling aggressive maybe two.
yep.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I did the M5s.
Actually, you did.
I did the M6 and I was like, oh man, I did it in the morning. I was like, that's easy. The M5's the same engine. I'm going to do that now. Literally, record time, pop this fucking thing out. You know, the oil housing on that thing, I don't know if anybody's familiar with like an S38, M88 motor, but it's got like a cup for an oil housing with a through bolt through it on the cold side of the motor. So
Yep.
not where you're draining the oil. And you're just going to like pop it out. It pisses all over you. No matter what you do,
Yep.
it's going to pee all over you. Pop a new one in, replace a couple. I mean, it's not just replacing crush washers. There's gaskets and stuff involved.
Right.
There's like
It's a yeah.
rubber gaskets and stuff. A couple crush washers, which is funny. There's one on the drain, and there's one on the through bolt.
Yep.
So yeah, I put it on, just slapped it on. Dude, like, all right, let me pull this thing off the lift. I'll throw the M coupe on. That's next. Back out of the spot. There is a fucking giant line of oil from my lift to my driveway outside. I literally pull it back on, turn it off. I snugged it up wrong, which is fucking crazy. So it's pissing out of the filter housing.
Oh no.
And the crazy thing is, you don't have to replace all the crush washers I heard from Tim K. You know how it goes. So the crazy thing is when I first got that car, which had to be like 10 years ago, I would change oil on it in my old shop, and Jesse was there. And I did the same fucking thing. And he's like, listen, always just start the car on the lift to see if it's pissing oil.
Yep.
And for the past decade, I have done that. And on that day, since I had
You were
just
so
done the same
confident.
motor, oh my God, it's such a fucking mess. I had to go buy like oil-eating microbes to like get it off my drive. I mean, it's just...
Did you
Dude,
have?
I'm gonna have a fucking pinstripe down my driveway forever. I blew out 4 liters of oil. It had 6, so we made it.
Did you have a carpet under your
had
lift
one.
spot?
Had one,
Had
yeah.
one. Okay, that's what I was gonna. I didn't know if it was straight to cement or.
No, that baby's gone. Carpet's gone. I filled my lift trays, like the trays, all full of oil. Now they're all full of Speedy Dry.
Oh, no.
I literally had to drive up to Tractor Supply and buy a shit ton of Speedy Dry because I blew through all I had left.
What?
I've been like power washing and cleaning the past like 3
Oh, it's
days.
just gonna be a rainbow forever.
It's never going away. So I bought some like fancy schmancy, like don't pollute the water table
Yeah.
fucking shit to dump on this, which I have now. So
Yeah.
it's supposed to take days to get rid of it. So
Just let it do its thing. Yeah.
so that's been done. And then it's funny, I always talk about like that's a future truck problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I was driving my M3 the other day and it was the thing rattles like a motherfucker, right?
Yep.
And it's because back in the day, it was like $150 a side for engine mounts. I'll just pay the $70 for the solid ones. That'll be Future Truck's problem. So Future Truck came into existence the other day when I was like, this fucking thing sucks balls to drive. It just shakes like crazy. So I finally bought the stock engine mounts in it.
Yeah.
And this had to be this. This was before I fucked the oil change up. This had to be the easiest, slickest install I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Little front wheel drive engine lift on there. Picked her up. I did both engine mounts inside 30 minutes, and that was with me cutting a through bolt out.
That's wow.
Dude.
That's impressive.
I thought I finally redeemed myself for. I was like, I'm a pro now. And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
fucking
So that's
blow
what
the oil out of the
there's
car.
there's where the Swiss cheese started to line up. That gave you the head, right? That was
that
like,
was
you
it.
know what?
Oh, I'm an
Let me
ace.
continue.
Hold on, I'm an ace.
You know, pay me by the hour. I'm making it.
I'm making it, baby. Give me book time on that,
Right,
baby.
right.
Change the whole car, dude. The only thing that rattles is the engine now. I was shaking like door locks out of this thing.
Your teeth are shaking. Everything.
Dude, crazy. Yeah, feels faster, drives better. I just can't believe it. I can't believe I've been a straight decade plus driving like that. I mean, it did feel exciting.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
"Ah,"
Yeah.
But it's so much better.
Engaging is how the Porsche community would say.
Dude,
An engaging
I was
drive.
engaged.
I love little things like that. Whether it be wipers on that first flick of the stalk when it's like, oh, what was I should have done this years
There
ago.
she goes.
Or something like that of like when
Dude.
you turn the car on and it
It's
doesn't.
honestly
shake
the
your
best
face
mod
off.
I've ever done.
I remember. It's funny. I remember doing engine mounts in my VR Jetta, and I was just like, oh, you mean this car doesn't shake, rattle, and roll like that? It's just that.
Dude,
That was what made the
I don't even
difference.
know how the other ones were supposed to have worked with a through bolt. It's just gonna shake like fucking crazy.
It was just metal on metal. That was it.
So
It was
bad, dude. So bad. There's no way it's so solid. They just look like two like red butt plugs. I remember the factory ones were like liquid filled. I remember being like 100. I'm just paying $300 for fucking engine
what are we
mounts.
doing here?
What am I, some kind of asshole?
You know, it's pretty funny. I'm at that point right now with the R32 because I know I have to replace a couple.
Yeah.
And I was looking at, I think VF or somebody makes a whole like really nice kit, but I'm like $400. I'm not
Just
paying that
so
for that.
fucking-
What are we doing?
So fucking worth it. The funny thing is, I think after 10 years, I'd probably have had to replace them with stock again had I used stock back then. So, yeah, that was nice. Future Chuck taking care of it.
Real full circle.
And then finally, if you saw me at all this weekend, you realized I was wearing the absolute greatest jacket of all time, the Revival neoprene adult jacket. It's a goddamn hit. I had so many people ask me about it.
Yep.
And I was told to ask you live on the show if we could add this to our online purchasing.
We can. We can for sure.
I told everybody it's going to be expensive.
It will be an expensive coat. I mean, it was expensive for us to make it, right? It will be an expensive coat. We can put it up there. Now, I will say we were also asked to make embroidered T-shirts, and I do not think a single one of those have sold yet.
I would never. Who wants an embroidered T-shirt?
We were somewhere. I think Corey was mentioning it. It might have been Dust Off, where everybody was asking for the embroidered,
Like the wreath?
the Laurel logo RM T-shirt, which they're up there. They're for sale. If you're listening to this and you were that person, they are there. It doesn't affect us. It's not
Please
like we
buy
have to.
one.
Not like we have to hold the stock, but we can put the coats up there.
I mean, this is a Columbia neoprene jacket, water repelling. It's got the Laurel on the right chest,
Yeah.
and on the back, which is the piece d'elegance, it has Revival Motoring Drive Your Best logo on
embroidered.
the back, embroidered. This whole thing's embroidered. I'm getting comments from everybody about this thing. I told people it's $300. They were like, I'd pay it.
I will say the embroidery on that too looks awesome.
Dude,
It just
top
like
notch.
it was very, very well done.
The Laurel logo is absolutely perfectly large sized.
Yeah.
The thing is so tight. Yeah, I know everybody would buy it. The jacket's so tight, and it's perfect for like this type of weather where it's a little cool in the morning,
Yeah.
a little rainy, and you just chuck it in the back of the car.
And you can wear it to work. Let's put it that way. You can wear it to work and not look out of place.
The whole gang would look so tight wearing these jackets. So it's going up. Josh is putting it up tonight.
We'll look like a sales team. Probably up. I'll have it up tomorrow. I got to make sure. We might even have. I think there was another color option. I think
Garrett said he'd buy it if it had 3 stripes on it, which I also agree. If we could get,
I think there was a black one as well as the blue
it's
one.
a black and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there were a ton of different colors.
No, I think it was just those two.
But I think
so.
you do that same color stitching. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do black with yellow stitching, but that would be a little tough.
Right. That would, then you're the Bruins.
But the black and white,
Yeah, I think white
the
stitching.
blue and
across
white,
the
I think's
board.
the play,
We'll put
so.
it up there. We can make that
a
happen.
lot of people. We got 2 buyers in there. Or I'm holding Kinder and Matt Wood to it. You got to buy it.
That's it.
You don't even know how much it is yet.
Put it this way: it will be over $100.
It's going to be over $100.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's worth it. I have one of this for my actual businesses,
Yeah,
and it's the nicest jacket ever.
yeah. Honestly,
You look
I
like
do
a bro.
like.
I'll probably
I
pick
do
another
like
one
those
up.
jackets a lot.
I'm probably going to pick another one up. I feel like a goddamn pro in it.
We'll do it. We keep pumping up the merch. That's all.
Oh, Matt's going to affirm it. That's true. I think we can't affirm.
I don't know if I have that option turned on there, but we'll figure something.
We're going to pop it on. Don't worry. It's going to be $59.99 a month for 200 months.
35%.
It's an Italian house loan.
35% APR. Let's see. Hold on. I know I have a call back here from Cole. Cole Markham, I believe, is a screenshot. Sorry, I can't look at his name fully, but Cole M. Call back. I'm listening to the John Volk episode where he talks about his E30 going to Bainbridge Island. I was an electrician on Bainbridge for several years, and I can confirm that place is fucking weird. From Ferrari racing stay-at-home moms to getting screamed at by the guitar player from the Counting Crows because his house had, in parentheses, too many light switches.
Yeah, we've all been there.
There's a ton of cool cars on that island. It was also a Japanese internment camp during World War II. So, Cole M., thank you for the facts.
Cole, that's huge, man. We've been learning a lot on this
There's
podcast.
just so many historical facts we can take away, from time zones to things like that. Cole, thank you very, very much. That was the only callback I had saved in my phone, so I think we can get right along to. Do we have any deep thoughts? Actually, we don't have a sound for that. I don't have any current deep thoughts.
No, we had someone mention that we should do a what we're into thing again.
Oh, music wise,
which I'm about to. I mean, what we're into music wise, I introduced you to today, which is another Project Pat classic called "Break the Law."
Solid ripper right off the bat.
Has to be
right off the bat.
Ripper. If you don't have a sub, don't even turn it on.
Right, that's true. I mean,
Find a friend with a sub and ask him to put it on.
It's funny because I'm trying to get a sub. I'm trying to get that.
Gotta get a 12.
Trying to get that sub from KD. That little compact Sony thing.
Yeah, no.
They're apparently back ordered for whatever reason.
Just have to throw a 12 in there.
So at some point I will be giving a little bit of the bumps, right? But I'll wait to play that song.
Yeah, I mean it is absolute paradise. I've been so deeply into Project Pat. I do have a Project Pat T-shirt.
That's true. Right. You're right. You wore just donut meat.
Every track that comes up, I'm just shocked. So I've been big into that, and I've been hopelessly back into buying sneakers. I wish I hadn't gone into it.
There's that.
It's such a nightmare.
I started playing classic hardcore in my car.
Yep.
A lot of Madball in there, a little snap case, and I'm just like, you know what?
This is me now.
I miss this stuff. I haven't listened to it in a long time. And really, take a walk down, stroll, a pick up the change and throw it in the air.
Yeah, dude, you're just
stroll
gonna get going.
down memory lane. So that's kind of what I've been into music wise recently. So
yeah, I've been doing a little Fear every now and then, just to teach the kids a little bit.
Right.
About guitar playing.
Yeah.
And how they're not that great at it.
How there's a lot of strings on
You
there.
can do whatever you want.
Just
As long as you're screaming, it's fine.
A lot of things. So yeah, that is our little what we're into segment. Let's see, coming up this week, I don't think there's anything on the schedule that I can think of. I think we're past Dust
Lock
Off,
City's
we're past
good.
Classic or Nothing Lock City. If you have a show,
We're in the dog days of summer.
we'll try to promote it or something like that. Just get in touch with us. Feel free. We'll do our best. If it's local, something like that, we'll put the word out.
We're on the brink of a monsoon, I think, locally weather-wise.
We are actually. We're heading into Memorial Day, and locally here, matter of fact, tomorrow, I think the high tomorrow is 48 degrees for us, for those out there who are in sunny California. But 48 degrees here with rain, sideways rain. They're calling it a nor'easter, so this is a spring nor'easter, which is lovely.
That was an option.
And then Friday and Saturday look to be some heavy rain as well. Sunday looks to be cloudy, and Monday looks to be cloudy as well. So
perfect revival jacket.
Great weather for Memorial Day. It'll really pan itself out, I'm sure. So that's that. And let me hit. You know what? Let's do B for B. We'll do B for B.
Bucks of the boys. It's me again, Chuck. That just talked that half hour. What's Bucks of the Boys? Yes, Bucks of the Boys is our value for value system to get this podcast rolling, keep it rolling, and hopefully roll on forever. What we ask is that if this podcast is worth anything to you, anything you at all, go to revivalmotoring.com/B4B. There you can choose a sustainable donation. You can choose an amount you give us over a period of time, and that helps us massively. Even $1 helps us massively. So any amount at all you can choose on there. Make it a special number to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we understand it's an economic hard time, and that economic hard time is never going to stop. So you could also just go to PayPal and go to info@revivalmotoring.com. You can choose any amount to send this way, and we'll leave a message, and we are contractually obligated to read it during this portion of the podcast. Josh, do we have any?
We don't.
That's a fucking huge letdown.
We don't. No,
Bad job, people. What a terrible job. I walked in this room today, and I was like, wow, what a bad job.
What a job. Not good.
We also didn't have one last week, so I guess I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Really?
You can always catch up this coming week.
Yeah, so anyways, that's info@revivalmotoring.com on PayPal. Also, plenty of ways to support the boys without paying us at all. You can go ahead and hop on the internet and hit us with any super hot tips you know about on our Instagram, emails, etc. You could also hot tips, pictures, songs, videos. You could also go ahead and tell other people about the podcast. We grow by mouth, so you can go tell your friends who are into cars that we're into cars, and maybe you'd like to have some internet friends that are into cars.
Mm-hmm.
That could be us.
Hey, you can even share your music with us.
Share your music with us.
Always interested into listening to new music.
Yeah, maybe you get a cool Revive Motoring jacket. We have tons of merch on our website.
Mhm.
That helps massively.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, tell your friends. You can force other people to listen. You can play it loud on an airplane. You could also have someone in the car with you and be like, hey, no, this is what we're listening to.
Yep.
Turn that shit off.
Yep.
This is what we're listening to now.
Give them a stern look.
Yeah. Hey, lock them in a room. Play it. It works
Whatever.
for torture as well. We
Whatever.
appreciate that.
Whatever you're going to do.
So that's a big way to help us. You can also, at about 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the best way to watch Revival Motoring, every Wednesday about 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can hop on YouTube and go in the live chat. We got a couple people in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a pre-show that is not included in this broadcast, and that is only for the Ultra Special. And if you don't know about half an hour and 45-minute time zones, you probably never will without watching the pre-show.
I didn't before that.
We learned a lot with real sources from out there. Our man Wade, living in a half-hour time zone, telling us how it is.
Dare I say, feet on the sand.
Yeah, dude, feet on the sand, boots
on
on
the
the ground
sand.
out there. You love to see it. Wow, Wade himself, who I just spoke with, had great luck with forcing my wife in labor to listen to the podcast. Pre-party was a hit with the midwives. I'm sure they're listening now.
That's incredible.
Hey, big shout out. Love it, midwives. Love those
Absolutely
people.
incredible.
So yeah, that's kind of us. That's all I know. I probably missed something, but hey, fuck it, let's go.
That covers most of it. I think if you are, obliged, you can go to our website, revivemotoring.com, where you can sign up for the B for B. You will automatically be entered to win something from us once a month from an active B for B membership, if you will, or subscription. We will send you some stuff occasionally in the mail as well, whether it be some postcards or stickers when we get them printed. We're working on a handful of different things. We got to toss in a bunch of different ideas around for Revival overall here at the shop. So, you might be seeing some stuff from us eventually. With that said, I think I'm going to skip. We're going to forgo the numbers because last week was not a week. So we'll have the numbers next week. We'll be back, do all that sort of stuff. So for now, I'm going to hit the news. News.
I have shocking news.
Love that.
Toyota is considering making tiny trucks for the U.S. as the demand is there. And they want to put out a compact unit like the Ford or the Hyundai, so not real tiny trucks.
Yeah.
But Toyota's thinking about it, man. That could be hot news.
That would be good.
Could be super cool. And live news on this, I'm halfway to buying back my K-Truck, which I'm pretty sure was still registered. So
that's solid. A little K-Truck news.
Got a little text message that it might be up for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it might come to timing's everything, right?
Time is everything. My kids have been begging me to buy that truck back.
Yep.
And it's nice to transport my dirt bike in. If I'm going to be honest, it's kind of the only way to do it.
Within some K-Truck news, another state just passed a law to protect Japanese mini trucks.
That's beautiful.
Advocates across the country are fighting and winning to align state regulations with federal law. A bill designed to protect 25-year-old and older imported Japanese mini trucks in Texas passed today, which is a great old state of Texas. So I think it was Iowa or Illinois or something like that a couple weeks ago that also basically passed that legislation to protect these vehicles and protect the American citizens' right to own these vehicles, which I think we should have.
Absolutely.
Again, there's no federal laws against these things, and when a state tries to overpower the people, they should get a slap back and corrected. So that seems to be what happened in a couple of these states, and hopefully continues to happen overall. And the K.
Hopefully we're trying to protect these guys. This is an endangered species.
Wins the good fight. That's a very good point. Yeah, it really is.
I got an incredible piece of news that I saw, and I was fucking shocked. This Friday at Indianapolis, all 6 Wienermobiles will line up and race. And it will be called the Weenie 500. Each Wienermobile will be named after 6 regional-style hot dogs, and I'll be rooting for the Oneyville System Wiener.
I love that.
Crazy.
Never has there been a time with more meat on a track.
Dude, to have that many weenies on the track at the same time, it's going to be the most since any Porsche track day.
Pardon me. Dare I say, part of me hopes for a pileup.
Lots of weenies.
Part of me hopes for a pileup.
I hope not, dude. I
Can you just
don't
imagine
think
that?
they're gonna reconstruct them.
Here they are coming down the stretch.
Oh my god!
And there are just wieners twisting into each other.
He jacked
smashing.
it's all over. The New York system has lost control, and the Cleveland Steamer is blasting through.
He's lost control of his weenie. I mean, the calls could be there forever.
Dude.
I mean, I'm guessing this won't be a very fast race.
No, I'm excited. I hope to catch it.
Yeah,
I'm flying out.
You can catch up. You hope to catch up.
I hope to catch up. It's going to be a must-see race.
Mustard race. So that's happening. That's good. I think that's probably going to attract more attention than a lot of other events. I have to
Weston in the
imagine.
chat, if they all finish at the same time, is it called a bukkake and not a tie?
Oh my God.
Thank God for you. Thank God you're just fucking hiding in the wings. Best chat room in the world. That's about 7
That's it.
p.m. about
Yeah.
every Wednesday.
You can tune right in and bring to the table things like that. We appreciate it. So as everybody's going to be watching those wieners, as everybody's going to be watching those wieners pound the pavement.
Yep.
What else is there on this weekend? Is there anything? Isn't it the big race, the Indy 500 or something? Is that happening this weekend? On top of
All I heard
something?
about was the Weenie 500.
Yeah, that's all I'm really focused on. Is that the,
Celebrations in the Wiener Circle. Corey and Cam, we got a lot of guys that thought it's sleeping or tuned
this
out.
is great.
So
This is
they're
great.
cooking them up.
There was one thing I was gonna hit. Where the hell did it
I got
just
something for
disappear
you.
to? Yes, please.
Let's
please.
talk about the new RAV4 GR.
RAV4 GR.
Toyota just put out the RAV4 GR, 4-banger hybrid, 320 horsepower, GR suspension, and a wing. It kind of looks meaner, but it's not moving the needle for me at all.
Ooh.
I mean, it's what it is. It's kind of a bummer. But
Yeah.
it is also, yeah, there it is. Matt Wood, GR Sport RAV4, he loves it. See that? It's moving it for some people.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be fun. I don't mind a RAV.
I feel like this is just the part of the market that every manufacturer has to hit at some point. You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's just like, yep, hey, we make SUVs. We're going to make a sporty one as well.
Comes with summer tires.
You know, honestly, from the rear 3/4 shot, doesn't
Yep.
look half bad.
No, I don't think it looks bad.
The front is a little...
It's not offensive, though, is
It's thick. It's got a big old
She
mouth.
thick?
It's got a big old mouth.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind the rear trunk wing thing. I don't know.
It's not the end of the world,
It's not the beginning, though.
but it's certainly not, let's just say it's not inspiring.
Interior has GR stuff.
There we go. That's the that's the front.
So
right
does this
there.
cheapen the other GR?
No, because I don't think so. Because you can't take away from the existing GR. They're just pushing the GR line, just like everybody is, whether it be the Audi S or, Volkswagen, some R line stuff,
Or
or
like every BMW's an
M
M.
stuff. Exactly. Yeah, 320 horsepower. I mean, that's not. Although it's RAV4, so it's a little bit smaller than. It's not the size of like a Sequoia or a Explorer or something like that.
I don't even know if that's a lot of horsepower or not. It seems fine.
No, because I honestly feel like there's, normal SUVs that just make 300 as a standard.
My in-laws rented a Yaris last time I was in Poland, and it was a GR trim, not a GR Yaris.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about fucking immediate letdown. I was like, holy shit. They accidentally rented a good car. I was like, never mind. It's just a trim package.
I mean, even, let's see, Explorer, a little bit bigger of a vehicle.
ST?
No. So this is Explorer 2.3 liter 4-cylinder, 300 horsepower.
Oh.
It says 300 to 400, so I assume the ST is 400.
How about a Raptor?
Oh, geez.
Explorer Raptor?
No.
Ranger
no,
Raptor?
The closest thing would be not even close, but Bronco. Something in that segment. I think it's smaller. It's like mid-size SUV.
I mean,
or
it's a
small
hybrid,
SUV.
right? It's going to feel fast.
Yeah. Certainly going to feel it. Let's see. What else do we have for?
The only other thing I have is Porsche sales are down 8% globally.
Yeah, struggling.
Yeah, well, try and make it so you can buy cars at list. Fucking
or
assholes.
even buy cars.
Yeah, they've also increased their pricing beyond inflation and tariffs, which hasn't helped.
Yeah,
So
not a good look.
they tried to pull a Rolex, but didn't get Rolex results. It's just like, fuck it, they have to buy them.
I don't know how many people have seen this. I've seen this video pop, or obviously can't play the video, but man arrested after trying to tow a car backwards on the highway.
Like flat toe backwards?
Yes. Like that expedition right there.
What do they arrest them for being
Actually,
a
you know what?
genius?
This is news, right? Let me see if I can ixnay that and maybe
You want to see a little
go,
picture? Mike, you can play news on the internet?
I think we kind of can, but that's the
Oh.
vehicle being towed down the highway.
Looks fine.
Just this, and of course, as is with anything that you do in the world today, you will be caught, and it will be probably on somebody's video or dash cam or cell phone
it is just fucking flailing
or
all
something.
over the highway.
Yeah, it is
It's an
just.
Explorer pulling some type of shitty car.
Dare I say, it probably looks very similar to what those weenies are going to go around the track looking like.
That was like a fish struggling on a line,
It's
if
just
I'm honest.
right, it really
Just
does.
all
It's
over
just,
the fucking place.
just out there in the wind. It's like a kite that can't get up in the air.
Kite in the wind.
It's just being dragged along. So there is that. But that gentleman was arrested. You know,
For what?
For let's see, swinging drug.
Reckless endangerment?
It just says do not do this. So yeah, I'd imagine something along
Doesn't
those
sound like
lines.
a law to me.
Dare I say they're going to probably throw the book at him. But yeah, there's that. Has anybody watched? I have not. This new Not Grand Tour thing.
Oh, the one
On
with
Amazon?
with the two of them?
Yeah, it's just like Hammond and May sitting down and talking
Oh,
about
no.
stuff. I haven't watched it. I
Someone
was
told
just-
me that was cool.
I wasn't sure. It just
I'm watching the new Andor.
yes.
That fucking show sucks.
Does
dude.
it really? I've never
Oh my
seen
God,
it.
stinks.
It's crazy.
Everyone, the first season
Everybody's
was
going
incredible.
nuts about it.
The first season was incredible. Everybody's telling me you got to get through halfway. I just finished episode 5. It took me like 10 fucking days to watch 5 episodes. It is stinks. I don't care about royal weddings. I don't care about fucking the Galactic Trade Union.
Right.
No, should shoot a
No.
goddamn spaceship
Do something.
or a laser. I
give
don't
me
know
a
what's going on.
pew,
They're
pew.
fucking taking fashion cues
Give me a
from
pew,
fucking
pew.
Star Wars. Who
You know-
who likes that?
You know what show doesn't stink? I cannot speak highly enough about the show, The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh yeah, I saw the first season at top notch.
Absolutely
It's got Kenny
slaps.
Powers in it.
Yes, second season just as good. We're in the midst of. Did we finish the second season? Yeah, I think we're going on to the third season now, and it's just absolute banger of a show. It just seems to get funnier and funnier, and it's one of those where I think it's only 4 seasons and they end at the right time because it just
That's the perfect.
it didn't go too
I'm
long.
waiting
It
for
is what it
fucking
is.
Jar Jar Binks to pop out. It reminds me of
one
those
of those
terrible
things.
movies.
Oh,
It is
God.
making the prequels look like a fucking masterpiece.
So the interesting thing is, a lot of people are saying like, you know what, prequels weren't so bad.
Yeah, that's why, because they saw Andor. I've had a bunch of people be like, in the second half it gets better. When does the second half start? It is so bad.
So not to go on a tangent, but I tried to watch White Lotus.
Oh, this third season?
I
Fucking
can't.
stinks.
I can't
Don't.
even
It
get. I can't even
stinks
get through the first season.
It stinks. I only saw the third season. It stinks the whole way through. I waited the whole season for it to get good, and it never get good.
So I'm like,
I was waiting for it to get good, and the good never came.
I'm maybe 4 episodes into the first season, and I'm just like,
I'm sure it stinks. If it stinks anything like this show,
what is the
stinks.
fucking point of this?
What's
That's all
going
I'm
on?
asking is, what is the point of this?
It just
It's-
plays like vibey woo
right,
music
right,
all the time.
cool,
You're
and
like,
you can color grade some good looking footage on a beach, right?
yeah.
That's great.
You want to watch a good color graded film? Watch Lost in Translation, one of the best movies ever.
or
They'll
you
take
know,
care of you.
yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff out
But
there.
that,
if you
yeah,
want a
that show
cinematic adventure.
stinks. Andor, the first season, slaps so hard. This one stinks.
And it all just come, did we peak at Sopranos? Because it was
Yeah,
such a.
for sure.
I basically I go to sleep putting on Sopranos.
Dude, may
That's
as
what-
well.
That's what I do. what I
I
do.
watch it. Actually, Mobland's pretty good. That's a Guy Ritchie joint.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
tight.
Those have always been
Those are
good.
fun. But man, I don't know. Someone's got to tell me when the show gets good, because it is just not getting good.
Some stuff I just don't get.
It
You know?
shouldn't take me 10 days to watch 5 episodes of a Star Wars show. My whole fucking young life is Star Wars.
It's true. It's true.
Ew, look at the wedding. Like, this is fucking Star Wars.
I mean, that show's been getting just the ball lapping that show has been getting over the past week and a half,
Have
2
people
weeks.
been going nuts over it?
Absolutely bonkers. bonkers.
When?
Honestly, I'd say the whole month.
When is it?
Because
when's it get good?
it's the final, right? It's the like last
I
season or
fucking
something.
hope so, dude.
I
I
don't,
hope it's the last time any of these guys ever act again. Fucking kidding me?
hang it up.
Dude, it stinks.
Hang it up. What are we doing here?
It stinks. I need Portnoy to say it. It stinks.
The amount of times I say, "What are we doing here?" for a lot of modern things is just.
There's parts of that show where you're just like, I can't believe this is happening in the Star Wars show.
Hey, you know.
I didn't want to get into it. It would probably get banned.
Oh no, I think I know. I think because there's been some stuff alluded.
So,
you know?
there's a
been
lot
some
of
stuff
illusion
alluded.
going on. Tough.
You
What a
know?
world.
Yeah, interesting.
Stinks.
Mazda Miata owners barely drive their cars. Study. I don't really care.
Well, that's not even registered.
Care. I didn't have much news.
Yeah, nobody
I
cares.
think
That's
we,
fine.
you know,
We're good.
I
That
think
was
we can-
great.
I think we can wrap it up.
It's been nice talking to everybody.
I think we can wrap it up.
Don't
Yeah.
watch Andor. I'm gonna watch it to the end to see if everybody was just lying to me.
Wait. Matt, what?
Dude, I'll tell you what, the Vietnam War was way better than this show. Every Vietnam movie I've ever seen has whooped the ass.
I
of
mean,
this
at
television
least
show.
Vietnam stuff has fucking killer soundtracks.
Yeah, dude,
the
it's some
entire
fucking
time. Doesn't matter what
historical
movie.
accuracy.
Right.
I don't know what part of the Vietnam War was a galactic wedding.
Matt in the chat. Star Wars is just an allegory for the Vietnam War anyway.
There we go.
Who's Darth Vader? That's my question. Does Darth Vader exist in this Andor thing?
Brother, if he does, I wouldn't fucking know.
He's-
He probably just got married to somebody.
He's in
I
a
don't-
galaxy
I don't
far, far
fucking know.
away. Something.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks.
Yeah.
I don't even get it.
Yeah. You know,
The acting's not even good.
not everybody can be Matt
Even my
Damon.
wife, we were just laughing
how
at the
bad
show
acting
together
was.
yesterday.
Yeah. That's when it gets to that level.
I literally shouted in the living room, this show fucking stinks. I can't believe I'm this far. But I'm going to watch it all the way through. My socks better get blown off on episode 6.
right. You're gonna commit. Maybe imagine the turnaround. You're like, this is the
You
greatest show
you
I've
also
ever
can't
seen.
watch it with your kids.
Interesting.
Fucking
It's a
insane.
Star Wars product. Is it?
And we were
is it-
gonna, like, halfway through the second episode, like, well, glad they weren't here for this. Jesus. Show stinks. I should have known then.
Show stinks.
Should've known
I can
then.
just picture that show
It's
stinks.
fucking Disney
Oh
Plus,
my God.
dude. Jeez. This show stinks.
And on that note,
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah.
Tell her not to watch Andor.
yeah, but she can tune in to the Revival Motoring Podcast
Yeah, play it out loud.
every week at Wednesday, 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel where you can pop on there. Oh, actually, we put out a couple of YouTube videos. Go check those
Yeah, make
out.
some nice YouTube videos. Fuck, I own a Star Wars van, and I think that show stinks.
You're committed.
From another Disney movie.
Joe dresses up as a Star Wars character
I'm a
like
fucking huge Star Wars
every
fan.
Halloween.
Every time
Like
she
a
can.
great Halloween
Every
costume.
chance she gets.
Yeah. I bet no Andor costumes
No
coming up.
Andor costumes coming, buddy.
No. So go to our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out some of our videos up there. Posted a video of Zach D. Big shout out to Zach D. And
shouts.
Kevin currently on Route 66 traveling
So proud.
from
Call
Connecticut
us.
to California. Zach actually had his Instagram axed for whatever reason.
What do you mean?
I don't know if he was posting too often.
They canceled him?
Instagram just shut him off. Shut him off for like
Good.
14 days. So Kevin has been posting some
Get
stuff
out
from
of
their
here.
trip.
Really?
Yeah. So
You can't
not
do
ideal
interesting
timing.
stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, apparently. And it's not like he was abusing. He posting, I don't know, 3 or 4 clips every couple hours, something like that.
Instagram stinks
So,
too.
social media stinks.
It
So
stinks.
you can.
Remember that show, The Critic? It
yeah, it
stinks.
stinks. Love that guy. Jonathan Lithgow? I can't remember.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh my God, the skit, or not even skit, him and Bill Burr on a podcast together, and they were just insulting each other for about 45 minutes
Really?
straight.
Oh my god.
One of the best.
I gotta
Cry
see it.
laughing. Wonderful. Zach is on the trip. You can go follow Rest Redemption if you want to toss them some cash on Big Cartel.
Hit 'em
just
up.
hopefully, or so they can get through the trip. I know they've been running over some roadkill, had some coolant issues, but I think they're still, well on the way. I haven't checked in the past few hours, but I
Still
think they're still well on their way in making that happen. So you can follow along with that. I'm sure they're going to post a bunch of photos and whatever else they can once they arrive and all that good stuff. So keep checking that out. Again, you can see some stuff on our YouTube channel that we made with them. Shot a video of John as well in his Mark II, shot some photos of it. We added the blog back to the website on revivalmurder.com. So
nice.
there's some photos and stuff like that. We're going to really try to help push that, be more consistent with that sort of stuff. So go check that out. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in. Big shout out to Ryan and Wheel Tones. You can check them out as well. That's all we got. Peace out.
Later. It stinks.